hi everyone. Today I plan on losing a bunch of YouTube subscribers. You heard right. And in the next few minutes, you'll probably understand why. That is not my hope, but my prediction is I'm going to lose a few people. And you know what? I'm quite all right with that. I really am. Welcome to my virtual campfire, everybody. I'm the Wingman. I'm a former campground owner, lifelong lover of RVing and camping. I love most of the people that do it most of the time, no matter what their beliefs are. But it seems like there are so many people that just want to fight and argue, and I want to kind of clear the dust a bit. I'm going to respond to a video I did last week, I think it was, about the broken RV frames that we keep hearing about over and over and over on social media. I want to talk to you about them, but I want to start off with something positive. As you know, this channel is brought to you by the RV Dealers I Trust Network. These are people that I have personally vetted. These are RV dealers that have been in business for a very long time. And while I endorse them, and I think that they will treat you better than anybody else I know, I encourage you to shop around, but at least look at these people that are in the RV Dealers I Trust Network and give them an opportunity to earn your business. A lot of people are looking at buying a used RV now for many, many reasons. If that's you, I recommend that you check out PPL Motorhomes. Now, I've got a phone call voicemail. I'm going to play just a part of it here, and then I'm going to get into the part where I'm going to lose subscribers. So y'all stick around for that. Here's a recent phone call that came in from a customer that just purchased at PPL. And yes, I spend much of my day on the phone, yakking with people who have purchased an RV or own an RV, and I try to find out how their experience was and what can be done to make their experience next time even better. So here's a recent phone call.
How did you end up learning about PPL?
I was in Oklahoma, and PPL, I've been looking at things for PPL for a while now. Since I was in Oklahoma, I decided to go check out PPL in El Reno. You showed us around, showed us a few trailers. We found one. It was a great price. They helped us with all the getting it, and we added a lot of different things to it. I was going to, go home and come back, and they got it done, got me out the door, and I loved it. I loved the experience. They did what I wanted them to do. It was a great experience. Definitely not high pressure. They showed me, I explained what I was looking for, and they showed me various trailers, and they didn't care whether I was going to buy one or not. It was an experience where I got to choose what I wanted.
This phone call goes on for several minutes, but again, I call people that are actual customers that purchase from Wingman approved dealers. I find out about their experience, and if you'd like to listen to the rest of this gentleman's call or dozens of other calls that I've made with customers, you can find them at rvdealersitrust.com. I strongly encourage you, if you are buying a used RV or you are selling your RV, contact PPL. They're really good folks. They've got 5 different locations around the country, and people purchase from them and bring their RVs to them to sell from all over the lower 48. So a link to them and to all the RV dealers I trust is down in the description down below. All right, so now I'm going to segue over to why I'm going to lose some people. It's comments. I'm going to comment on your comments to my recent video about broken frames. And before I do, I have to take a quick break, so stick around. In just a flash, I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and you'll see why I had to exit stage left here in just a second. But the comments range all over the place on the recent video I did about broken RV frames. And some of them are about this shirt that I'm wearing here. You see that? With the witch and the broom. That's not my wife, but I think that's my wife's broom there. And so the comments, let's go ahead and start. And I'm hopeful that you will listen to my response, and you won't hate me. But if you hate me, that's okay too. I mentioned at the beginning of this video how there seems to be so much anger and resentment and disgust across the internet, and more every day with these broken RV frames. So hopefully we can calm our tempers down. We can relax a little bit, and we can understand that we don't all have to share the same opinion or views on things. All right, so here's the first comment. This one comes from Molin. Molin says, thank you, Wingman, for saying the uncomfortable truth. I don't really care who is to blame here for the frame issues. Blame doesn't solve the problem. I think everyone involved, Lippert, Grand Design, Winnebago, whoever, needs to step it up, suck it up, and start researching the issue, helping those experiencing it, and taking the steps necessary to prevent it from happening again. She goes on a little bit, and I want to say my biggest takeaway from this whole frame issue is it's bad. It's really bad, not just for Grand Design, but for the entire RV industry. For everybody. When the customers are out there, and it's already tough enough with the economy, and when there are people out there fanning the flames about Grand Design's horrible or Lippert is terrible, LCI is bad, it's not good. It ain't good. So, Molin says at the end, some people were offended at the shirt that I was wearing. You may be offended at this one. I should have worn this last week with Cinco de Mayo. But it's a little bit scary, right? Molin says, I might be offended by your shirt, LOL, or maybe I'm just jealous. Can I get one with ripped men in uniform holding puppies? Well, I don't think so, but here's what you can get, Molin. This is my little puppy, and I'm more of a, I would say a soft and round man than a ripped man. And this is Napoleon. Are you getting hungry? Do you want your mother? You're getting hungry, I know. I need to go feed Napoleon. So, Molin, I just wanted to show you that I am a puppy person. I got 3 of them. I got Happy Napoleon here, who has to go outside to go potty, I'm sure, and Pedro. But I'm going to be back. Let me go put him up, and I'll continue with my comments. I promise you there's a few of y'all that are going to get very, very upset with me. What do you think, Napoleon? What do you think? Let's go put you down. I'll be right back. All right, let's go ahead and get back into these comments here. Again, I read every comment, and I respond to as many people as possible. If you'd like to get a hold of me, you can email me. I'll put it on the screen now, rvwingman@gmail.com, and underneath it is my phone number. It's a 24-hour voicemail. I love hearing from you. If you've got a message, if you want to share your experience, if you have an issue you'd like a little bit of help on, I'm not a lawyer, but I do have a lot of miles on me and a little bit of wisdom. I don't know, what do they call it? Pragmatic wisdom. And mightfully, I'm not very smart either, but I might be able to help you. So if I can be of help or you'd like a different person's input, you can call, leave me a voicemail message. All right, so let's go on down. Joseph McDonald says, hi, Wingman, just finished watching your video on the frames cracking. I agree with your take on this, but I believe there's another thing to consider. That would be the fifth wheel owners. My wife and I watch many RV videos, a lot of them full-timers. Take a look at their forward bays. They've decided that they need to have 6 lithium batteries and, of course, the associated controllers and hardware that go with those systems. That's all great to want to be off-grid, but I don't think the frame designers considered all that weight with the trailer going off-road, stressing the frame that wasn't designed for that setup. Just something to consider when you're in that meeting room. I own a Grand Design, but I may be lucky that it is a tow behind. Keep smiling. And Joseph, I appreciate that. I wonder how many of you that own an RV have ever, and if you have, how often have you done it, gone to a truck stop and weighed your RV when it's fully loaded, you know, when you're ready to go camping. And don't, you know, like when you're going to go to the doctor and you don't eat anything or drink anything and you wear light clothes so you don't weigh so much when you get on the scale. Don't do that with your RV. Make it as you really go camping. How many of you have done that? Are you at or overweight? Most people, I understand, are quite a bit overweight in their RV. And that's not only going to stress your RV, but it's very, very unsafe for you, your family, and everybody else on the road. Caniac, Steve Henderson. Caniac. Reminds me of WW2 1940s plain nose art. Well, the shirts that I wear are made out of California from High Seas Trading Company. There's a link to them in the description down below. And if you want to order some, you know, it's fine. I don't make any money, don't make a commission. I got to pay for them just like you do. But if you'd like to get a 10% discount, there's a keyword, again, in that description below that you can use at checkout, and you can buy them. But not everybody liked this, or the shirt that I was wearing in that video. No, not everybody likes these shirts. It says, no, the shirt is not fitting for a platform like this. It shows darkness and a lust for flesh. Ooh. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm in one of those moods. I've been playing with my puppies. But seriously, if you're not going to like me because of my shirt, and you won't listen to what I'm saying because of my clothing, you probably shouldn't be here anyway. And I may run you off. I don't mean to run you off. But if you're so easily offended, my God, I can't help you. So now there's one I lost. Okay, let's go to the next one. Liz RV Home says, Liz Amazing has been exposing bad RV manufacturers for the last year. Now she had to go into hiding, she said. Even sell her current RV so nobody recognizes her. I don't know this woman. I've seen her channel. I have some people call her channel Liz Complaining. She went from doing regular videos that we see many of, on YouTube, to changing the format, generally speaking, about complaining. Human beings, and this is where I don't want to piss you off, but I want to wake you up. Hopefully you can see some kind of balance. It's not like Liz is bad, I'm good, Grand Design's bad, and all the other ones are good. It's not good versus bad. I want to build a channel based on honesty, and sometimes it's us that is the problem. You're the problem sometimes. It's hard to hear that, and it's hard to accept it. I watch some of these videos on the Complaining channel. And some of them are absolute legitimate complaints, but some of them I'm going, did you think about an inspection before you plop down all that money? Did you think about making sure everything really worked? Did you stay a night or two at the dealership before you took possession of your $100,000+ RV? Did you? Or did you just take somebody else's word for it? Did you download my free RV report? Oh, he's trying to push his free RV report. Yeah, it's free. It's free. And it's not the greatest thing that ever was, but I promise you, thousands, more than 10,000 people have downloaded this free report, and it helps you. I don't sell your information. I don't bombard you with emails. If you've downloaded the report and you liked it, if you found anything helpful, drop a comment below. Read the report. Do your homework. Accept the responsibility. If I wanted to build a channel, people love to bitch and complain. They do. And they're really good at it. I would consider myself a skilled professional in the art of complaining, griping, moaning, but I try to temper it. I think I do. And I would encourage everyone to try to temper their anger and their disgust. Because you know what? You know how you get hatred? This is true. It's true in warfare. It's true across social media. It's true across the regular media, if there is such a thing anymore. You mix disgust with anger, and you get hatred. And when you get hatred, what do you get? You get people that take to the streets, mob rule, and we lose our brains. It's okay to be angry in little bitty quantities, I think. It's okay to be disgusted. I'm disgusted with a lot of things. I really am. But I try to be measured, and that's what being a good wing man or a good wing woman, I believe, is all about. It's about balance and being measured. All right, so let's, I'm not going to go on much longer. Greg Phillips says, spot on, Alan, agree with you 100%. Our world is turned upside down. I don't know if it will ever get better again. No one wants to take responsibility for anything. It's all about the bottom dollar. I hope so very much that maybe in November we will have a chance to change a lot. I hope and pray, if not, this nation is going down the drain and nothing will be able to pull us out. God bless America. Greg, thank you for that comment. We are going down a very, very dark path, I believe. And I don't know if we're going to ever be able to pull out of it. I'm serious. I'm not trying to be negative. But we have to stop trying to pussyfoot around. We have to stop being silent. I think that there are millions of people, the majority of people out there in this country believe kind of like me. Just have a little bit of common sense. We want the government out of our lives. Just leave us alone. Stop rewarding people for doing nothing. Stop stirring the pot, making us hate each other. We just want to live. So what do? Most of us, we just sit there and shut up while we watch the world go to hell in a handbasket. So thank you, Greg. Drop a comment below if you would. I'm serious. This channel is about the truth. It is not about trying to get you to agree with me. It's not. Hell, I change my mind and my opinions a lot. I do. And hopefully you do. I'm open-minded enough to go, you know what? I think I'm pretty smart, but I can be a true idiot. Ask my wife. She'll tell you. I mean, she's married to an idiot. But I can also see things a lot of people can't. Trying to maintain that balance, that's the key. Ed Young says, first off, I love that shirt. Well, thank you, Ed. Secondly, I would never buy a Grand Design RV. Would not take one for free. That way, the way they are treating their customers, making them sign NDAs, missing lag bolts, undersized lag bolts that are in there, awful company. Truly, the only new RV I'd purchase is a Brinkley. Shocked and proud of you mentioning the Hunter laptop. I agree. Disgusting. Ooh, okay, that's a couple things. First off, not every Grand Design RV is going to break on you. They are not. Too many are. Which ones are? I don't know. And it's not just Grand Design that has some issues and some problems. I don't think Grand Design is ever going to come completely clean. They're not going to ever do it. Now, whatever they come clean with, they'll tell you, there's the truth. But there's always more to the truth, isn't there? I think there is. And nobody's going to come completely truthful with the story. The laptop, yeah, I brought up Hunter's laptop. I sure as hell did. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't talk about it because it didn't exist. It's all just a conspiracy. I believe, I'm going to get to another comment in a minute, and I'll run some more of you off, I promise you. Henri Codger says you'll end up receiving cease and desist letters like that feisty Liz gal did. She's eating your lunch, Alan. Better tell her to stop. You can eat my lunch, Liz, if all you want to do, if I said, hey, call me, let me know, let's talk about it, let's gripe. Here's the link to click on. Just start bitching. I could have a bajillion views on my channel. I'll bet you I could. Seriously. There's something in us that wants to hear others complain. It's something psychological. We don't want to be in the middle. We want to join a team. We're against them. We're for the Philadelphia Eagles. We're for the Cowboys. We're a Republican. We're a Democrat. How about being American? An open-minded, freedom-loving, sensitive, thoughtful, respectful, honest, vulnerable, humble human being. Nah, I'm a Republican. Don't need those other people. Or I'm a Democrat. I lost a bunch of you. I know I have. And I don't mind not getting very many views. I really don't. Hopefully some people will go, you know what? I kind of like these virtual campfire conversations. I learned something. Maybe you hate me. And that's okay. But I'm telling you, I will never knowingly lie. Ever. I won't do it. All right. A couple more. Oh, Wes Alexander. Before I go to Wes's comment. Wes, I love you, brother. And almost everything, it's like you could do this channel. We see the same on so many different levels. But I've got one little thing I want to disagree with. One little thing I want to add. So Wes said, unbelievable. If profits are all a company cares about with no regard for the customer, they won't be in business long. I'll get back to that in a minute. To add insult to injury when the response is to essentially deflect blame and attempt to cover up what is obviously a defect, it's unconscionable, perhaps criminally so. If any company is unable to produce a decent product, they deserve to go out of business. I believe the RV industry which has rightfully received many black eyes in the past few years, is ripe for foreign companies coming in, doing a better job, blowing them out of the water. Do I want this to happen? No, of course not. But just how bad do things have to get before this is the reality? Well, I got a prediction for you, Wes. Things are going to continue to stay bad. Is that negative? Is it negative to say I think it's going to rain? Is it? The companies, most of them are not going to go out of business. They're not. They should. But why won't they? Because people won't do their homework. They believe they buy this dream. RVIA. Man, RVing's great. Go where you want. Do what you want. Everybody gets along. Woo-hoo-hoo. It ain't that way. I mean, it is like this much of the time. It's like those glamour shot photos. Remember there used to be that thing on glamour shot? You'd see somebody's picture, it's like, wow, that's a good looking girl there. You'd see them in real life, go, or same thing with guys. The happy days of RVing, there are a lot of happy days, but it comes with a price. They're a pain in the butt, and if you're not willing to tackle that sometimes occasional pain in the butt, the maintenance when you don't have to maintain it, and the thing that breaks when you hope it doesn't break, you probably shouldn't buy an RV. So I think that these businesses will be in business for a long time. They will. They are publicly traded companies. That's a scam in itself. Wall Street is a big pyramid Ponzi scheme, and everybody lies to everybody else. And do I sound like a skeptic? Oh, guilty. I am. But I think that we are being lied to at every level. I try to not lie. I don't think I'm lying. I get paid a little bit on YouTube, a little bit. Not like those other channels, nothing like it. And I would rather trade the lack of money for my integrity and trying to stay in the middle of the road than to go down that road, because that road's an easy road. I'd like to think that I'm taking the high road. Are some manufacturers listening? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I'm proud to be able to be on that cutting edge of encouraging the manufacturers and encouraging dealers. I do consulting work with these dealers. I get paid. Yes, I get paid by the dealers in the RV Dealers I Trust network. But I don't get a commission. And I don't get a finder's fee. If you buy 10 RVs from them, good for you. I believe in these people. They pay me a commission, not a commission, a consulting fee, and I work with them. And I talk to their customers. And we work on building the best customer base in the country. That's why I say if you're going to buy an RV, at least give them the opportunity to earn your business. All right, if I haven't lost you yet, let me keep going. Here's one. Linda says, you hit the nail on the head, Alan. It's all about profits over people, a disgusting and far too prevalent in corporate America today. Disgust and anger equals hate. And there are a lot of people that hate the RV industry right now. And I don't know how RVIA is going to spin this. I don't think there's enough money out there to put a smiley face on this terrible, terrible image that the industry has earned. But not all manufacturers are that way. They're not. There are some manufacturers out there that really care, and people in the industry that really care. But it's hard to change this culture. And nobody's going to change. Do you think, seriously, do you think that with 100,000 people going to be bitching about Grand Design, you think they're going to go, oh, we're so sorry, we're going to start? They don't do that. You don't grow your customer base by yelling at them. And you don't grow your YouTube channel by yelling either. I know that. But I'm trying to grow it by telling the truth. Just by telling the truth and being honest. You're not always right. I'm not always right. But can't we sit around a virtual campfire without throwing rocks at each other? I hope so. All right, how dare you speak the truth? That's what I do. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Mountain Grown Nomad says, I'm 68. Something I've learned at my first retail job at the ripe old age of 14 is not to invoke personal, political, or religious views, as to not turn off potential customers, something you apparently never learned. Your YouTube channel is a business for you. I've enjoyed a few of your videos. However, your reference to Hunter Biden's laptop and COVID, that thing, is an obvious disposition in favor of the real criminal. Regardless of your thoughts or mine regarding FrameFlex failure, you lose me as a subscriber. I won't lecture you on how to be a good businessman. Instead, I'll simply say, adios, Mr. MAGA, and unsubscribe. Wow. Wow. I'll try and not be sarcastic right here. I think that there was a time, you're 68, I'm 69. There was a time when we grew up in our country when you wouldn't want to talk about politics or religion or get too far and too deep into the woods. And life went along good that way. You know why? My theory is, and again, I'm wrong about a lot of things, most of us kind of agreed on what good and bad was. So we didn't have to decide if the Methodists were better than the Presbyterians. We didn't go down that rabbit hole. But something happened along the way in the last 40 years. And now we are just we're divided all over the place. What do you mean not talk about politics or religion? Politically, I am a strong conservative. I am. Do I love everything about Donald Trump? I don't like everything he's done. No. But generally speaking, do I look at the world and look at things? I can overlook some stuff when I look at the big picture and go, where in the hell are we going? Or do I just believe what Fox News says? And don't doubt anything, just believe Fox News or MSNBC or CNN or whatever. I believe that I take in information from all sides. I believe it's important. I watch CNN. I do. I watch MSNBC, and oftentimes I'm like, I can kind of see how they got that point. And then I go back to whatever I think, and then I formulate my opinions. But I try to look at both sides. Apparently, Mountain Grown Nomad knows everything from his post. Mr. MAGA, I'm an unsubscriber. Well, I'm going to make some of you mad about this too. I believe that Mountain Grown Nomad may unsubscribe, but he's probably watching this video right now, seething me. I don't want you to hate me, brother. Let's sit around this virtual campfire and go, you know what? We're all pretty screwed if you look at it. All of us are flawed. All of us. All of us think more of ourselves than we probably ought to. It's humility. And it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. God, I can't help it. I'm sarcastic. Scott responded, he says, a self-governing people need to freely discuss all matters relating to ethics and mores guiding society and business. None of those factors can be removed from effective public discourse, especially the most important issues of politics and religion. Going back, I think today we need to stand up and say, I'm a conservative. I believe in families. I believe there's a boy and there's a girl. All this other stuff, I don't believe in that. I'm not going to support it. Now, I'm not going to go get a sign or bust windows and try to raise hell about it, but I believe in boys and girls, and that's the way God made us. But I'm not supposed to say that. Really? Why? Will I get canceled for that? I could. And it's a shame. We have given control to the it's like the insane asylum is taken over. All the normal people are, what's happened to us? Not in America says, amen, so true. A healthy, functioning democracy demands well-educated, informed electorate. To say we should never talk about politics is just foolhardy. Sadly, those who align with Trump cannot have civil discourse and often cite conspiracy theories to make ridiculous claims. Well, I am so glad not in America that the left doesn't have any conspiracy theories. I am so glad to know that. You know what? I think I'm going to change my view. Why is it so difficult? Why? To look in the mirror. I'm serious. Look in your mirror. Do some self-auditing. Am I being reasonable? Am I following the wrong crowd? Am I following the principles that are laid out for everybody in the Bible that have worked for thousands of years in our society? Or am I drifting off into this fantasy made up by, Mark Zuckerberg and Google and YouTube and all these YouTube TikTok people? Self-auditing. I think it's so important. Forgiveness, respect, love, standing for values, standing for principles. Try to stay in the middle. That's my advice, I guess. So I know this was a very, very long video. I did not mean it to be that way. The high point was my puppy, Napoleon. But I just wanted to share some of my thoughts. I was in one of those kind of moods today, and I think it's time we start saying what we think. Try to be thoughtful and respectful of others. And I don't mean to be ugly. I really don't. Well, you come across that way. My wife tells me that quite often. And I don't mean to. I do mean to come across honest and with thought and be mindful of other people's feelings. And if I lose you as a sponsor, thinking my old TV days, if I lose you as a subscriber, so be it. But I'm hopeful that some of you will say, you know what, I can kind of see what the Wingman's saying, and some of you won't, but drop a comment below if you're still watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me around this virtual campfire. My name is Alan Warren. I am the Wingman. I encourage you to be the best wingman or best wingwoman that you can possibly be and stand up for what you believe in. And always, at the same time, be open-minded and respectful of others. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.